The health industry has convinced everyone that eating bird food every morning is healthy. Then they wonder why they're bloated, puffy everywhere, hungry 2 hours later, and running on caffeine all day. Today we're going to talk about oatmeal, why some people tolerate it better than others, why most people don't question it, and why it might be one of the most overrated food in modern nutrition. So in this video we will cover the compounds inside goat that might irritate your gut, why some people might seem to tolerate it better than others, why the gluten-free label doesn't mean what people think. We're also going to look at a simple breakfast experiment that you can try tomorrow. And lastly, the strange reaction that finally made me stop eating oat after years of consuming it every day. All right, so the first thing I want you to try is tomorrow morning, eat a large bowl of oatmeal, and then I want you to track how bloated you are, how much puffiness you have in your face, how much brain fog do you have for the few hours following the meal, your energy levels, and finally, how long before you get hungry. I want you to write all of this down on a sheet of paper. You can score each category from a 0 to 10. And then the next day, I want you to do the same, but you're gonna eat eggs and meat. And then I want you to compare the scores. I think the results might shock you. So go out there and give it a try, and please leave a comment and report how the challenge went for you. All right, so let's go over a few things that makes oat problematic. Oat is a grain. Remember, grains, nuts, and seeds are the reproductive organ of the plant. That means that this is where the plant will put a high level of plant toxins and defense chemicals because they don't want you to eat it. It is as simple as that. It is nature's at its best. Let's look at some of the compounds that are contained in oat that might be problematic for you. So oat contains some phytic acid and some lectins, which will bind to minerals, which will inhibit your absorptions of certain key nutrients, such as zinc and iron, just to name a few. Also, oat is really high in fiber. As we already know, fiber is an anti-nutrient. It will irritate most people's gut. Probably best to avoid it. Not to mention that oats are super high in carbohydrates, which will spike your blood sugar and probably make your energy crash later during the day. And all those factors combined can really wreck your gut, irritate your colon, make you very puffy and bloated and feel like shit and look like shit. Who wants any of that? I know I don't. And wait till I tell you my personal experience and story with eating oatmeal for many years. It will shock you. So some people will tell me, oh, but I tolerate oat just fine. So what? Some people can smoke for 40 years and not get lung cancer, but it doesn't mean cigarette is healthy. It's the same with oatmeal. Remember, tolerance isn't proof of benefit. I do admit some genetics will tolerate oat better than others, but it doesn't mean that it comes with no damage whatsoever. Because all the points that I've mentioned previously, even if you don't have that much symptoms, it will still affect you over time. In my observation, depending on which areas of the world you came from, certain genetics would have been exposed to more of those plant toxins over time than others. So you might want to consider taking it off of your diet and replace it with some low carbohydrates options. Another aspect that people underestimate is when you've been eating something every day, the immune reaction is being suppressed, meaning that your body's getting used to it, so you feel like there's not much damage happening. But if you stop it for long enough and then re-eat it, you'll see the true value of what damage it does to your body. So if you're not certain, just try to eliminate it for 1 month and then reintroduce it and you'll see what happens. In almost every single cases, they don't feel so good. For all of you zero gluten people out there, keep one thing in mind. Oat doesn't contain gluten like we find in wheat, but it contains something similar that's called avenins. And in some people, it will still create a lot of problem in the gut. In my experience, when I've been experimenting with people who can't tolerate gluten very well, in most cases, they do better when they just eliminate all grains. Yes, some humans in nature were eating grain for a period of time and they had excellent health. But keep in mind that all of those humans lived in a different period where they didn't have as much toxicity, they weren't exposed to as much EMF, as much pollution, as much screen time, as much artificial light. So that being said, modern humans are more overloaded and stressed from more angles than we've had before. So that means you might have to be even more delicate and careful with your diet if you want to be healthy. Let me tell you something. Just use your own plain logic. Trust your senses. I want you to make a batch of oatmeal using just water and nothing else. And now I want you to eat it and tell me, how does it taste? Motherfucker, you know it tastes like shit. It tastes like fucking cardboard. Your senses are literally telling you that it's pure poison and not food fit for human. The only reason why we eat oatmeal is because we put milk in it, butter, fruits, honey, maple syrup, cinnamon, chocolate, you name it. That's the only thing that can make it tolerable. Otherwise, it just tastes like crap. You know I'm right. Go do the test right now if you don't believe me, and you will be shocked of how terrible it tastes. A lot of people think that the meat-based community haven't tried all these things before, but let me tell you my story. For years, every day I was eating oatmeal and I was doing fine. I wasn't really questioning what was happening. I wasn't really monitoring any symptoms. But one day, overnight, I just had a bowl of oatmeal. Maybe within 30 minutes, I had massive rashes and hives appearing on my body. Like it was so scary. Like within 30 seconds, every time I looked at my skin, it was getting inflamed, hives and rashes everywhere. It was so unbearably itchy and uncomfortable. And at that point, I didn't know that it was the oatmeal. Because let's face it, there was probably 10 different ingredients in the oatmeal, so I was clueless. So I was just scratching my head, I took some antihistamine, and then funny enough, I was looking online like, how can I reduce allergy symptoms? And then one of the recommendation, you won't believe me, it said to take an oatmeal bath. Oh my God, and I did. I took an oatmeal bath and it made it so much worse. But I still didn't know. And then one more time, the next day, I've isolated the variables, I ate it again, and then I had the same reaction. And then I was like, okay, this is it, this is enough. My body was literally telling me, do not eat this food anymore. My theory is the immune system sometimes, after being like offended for so many years with the same things, at some point it's had enough. It's so triggered and so delicate that it just crumbles apart. And that's what happened to me. And now I've eliminated every single grain from my diet and I feel a lot better. And without having to go carnivore or keto, primal or meat-based diet, there's one challenge that most people will benefit from, the caveman challenge, where for 1 month you try no grains, no nuts, no seeds, no dairy. You can eat all the meat, all the seafood, all the fish that you want, all the fruits and vegetables, and you'll probably feel a lot better. That's where I would start if I were you. So everybody wants the superfood, but nobody wants the fundamentals. Humans didn't build strong bodies eating a bowl of processed grains every morning. They built them eating nutrient-dense food like meat, fat, eggs, and fish. So if you're dealing with bloating, unstable energy, puffiness, brain fog, skin issues, constant hunger, then maybe the healthiest breakfast in the world isn't as healthy as you've been told.